Hey guys. Hey. Let me get my angles. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I'm Michaela Pink, and I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for your patience and for being here with me on today. And we are going to talk about some hot topics. And I say this is, I'm getting you guys pulled up here, sorry. Getting you guys pulled up, and there you go. Okay, so I say this is a hot topic because a lot of ladies on my channel ask this question. This question about a narcissist man and what to do when in relation with a narcissist man has been asked so many times that I'm like, look, okay, maybe we just need to have a full topic about this one topic. I guess we should just have a full video about this topic is what I'm trying to say. And pardon me, guys, I've had some personal family stuff going on, my extended family, not my immediate family. So don't worry, all the boys are fine. Everything is good. But there's just some things going on in my personal life right now. If you guys could be a fly on the wall. So excuse me if I'm a little all over, but I just had a phone call and some things going on. So yeah, put pastor on your prayer list. Anyway, so I want to talk about this. I want to make this video about this topic because there are lots of ladies who have this question and who are baffled as far as what to do. Am I really dealing with a narcissist? What does that mean? You know, there you go. So, I had never really heard of this term until literally less than 5 years ago. I never even knew something like this existed. But after I heard about it and discovered, I realized that I have been dealing with lots of narcissists, men and women, and had no clue. Now, so I am a survivor of narcissism. And so we're going to talk about what that is, how I overcame it, and, basically what you guys can do to combat this issue that we have in dating sometimes. So, so the first thing that we need to talk about, and I have my notes here on the computer, so you guys know I'm always going back and forth, but the first thing that we need to realize when dealing with narcissism is that, first of all, it has to be diagnosed by a psychiatrist. You cannot, just call somebody a narcissist and then, oh, they get that label and that's what it is. It's definitely a mental health disorder. It's a condition that affects the mind and the way that the person governs themselves in society. Most or people with narcissism do not have empathy. They do not have empathy at all. They cannot relate when you're going through something troublesome. They don't have, they can't like say, oh, well, I feel like this and, oh man, I'm so sorry. They cannot relate to that at all. So when you're all upset and you're all down, even if it's their fault, there is nothing that they just can't relate. They don't have any sort of feelings of empathy or sadness or guilt. So when dealing with the narcissist, you have to know that, first of all, it is something that needs to be clinically diagnosed. And the chances of a narcissist being diagnosed with narcissism is very slim. And the reason why it's so slim is because most narcissists don't even think they have a problem. They think that everybody else is the problem. Narcissism basically manifests itself in a very high, inflated sense of self. Self-esteem is one thing, right? And I talk about having self-esteem and self-worth and all of that on my channel. But they are really, really like, there's nobody else other than me, and I don't care about anyone else other than me. We talked yesterday, and I'm probably going to pin that here, about the difference between being a princess and a queen. And I was talking about, oh, you have to remember yourself and, concentrate on, there's nobody better than me. I'm the princess. Having a healthy self-awareness is much, much different than what I'm referring to here. These people don't care at all. And you guys know I care a little bit too much. At times, I care a lot. And it's hard for me not to care. And so that's why I have been susceptible to many, many narcissists, because I am a very empathetic and a very feeling type of person. So, so there's a difference between having healthy self-esteem and then turning around and being very non-feeling, non-caring when it comes to people in your life. They feel like everything is all about them. Everything is centered around them, and there's no possibility that anything is wrong with them, or that they have time to grow or a need to grow, because they feel like, I'm what's going on, I'm what's hot right now, and you're not, basically. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hang on. Sorry guys. Dang it. So I began to study narcissism about 5 or 6 years ago, because I learned about codependency. Had no clue. What is codependency? When I started to really, really go to counseling, because Pastor was crazy and emotions all over everywhere. So I decided to go to counseling, and I was introduced to this word codependent, which led me down the bunny trail to narcissism. So someone who's codependent is definitely going to be susceptible to a narcissist, because I need this person to make me feel worthy. If this person doesn't make me feel worthy, then what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And of course that stemmed from some childhood crap and whatever, but I was very codependent, which attracted narcissists to me. So here's how it played out. So of course, you guys know I'm the princess. I had, like I said in my video about my domestic abuse experience, I had a very, very elevated, very high sense of self in a healthy way. I was okay with the way I looked. I really didn't care if people didn't like it. I was comfortable with myself. So, but I also had a need to please. Hear me, hear me. I was very, very comfortable with myself, and I had a very strong need to please, okay? So since I had that, it was as if, it was almost like a magnet to me that attracted these sorts of people to me. So they would slowly but surely tear away at my self-confidence. They would come in as a knight in shining armor. Gifts galore, trips all over. I would get money and a lot of affection, a lot of attention, a lot of, oh, I love you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I've never been with someone like you. You are it. Now I'm exposing myself and telling you guys all of this stuff because a lot of you are falling for this with these so-called sugar daddies. Oh, he my sugar daddy. Oh, he already. Yes, don't forget to like the video, guys. Don't forget to like the video. I know this is a very technical and formal video that we're doing, but I feel like this is really needed, and I hope it is going to help a lot of you. So, they will come in on 10. I mean, you'll think this is the best man you've ever met. Love, love, love all over the place, and rose petals all over your house, and 2 bouquets of flowers on Valentine's Day too, because I want everybody to know this is my woman, and just way over the top with the love. And I was like, whoa, oh my God, it's so great. This is my husband, and you get so caught up in all the, of it that you can't see that this is really not love. Everybody keeps typing love bombing. That's what now, there's a whole bunch of psychologists who are doing a whole bunch of studies, and now we have all these terms. But at the time, we didn't have all this. I didn't know what love bombing was. I thought if somebody said they love you, then clearly he's in love. He told me he loved me. That's it. That's all I need to know, right? So, but that's not the case. That is not the case. So they do all of this in the beginning because it's to bait you, okay? They never show you their true colors in the beginning because they want to get you hooked. They want you to feel like, it's like a crack addict. You get that first hit of some love and you're like, oh, well, he did this in the beginning, so I know he has to be this way. Raise your hand in the comments if you have ever said this to yourself. I know he's not a bad guy because he was this way in the beginning. Raise your hand, babies, because I know I am not alone. I know I'm not alone. They lure you in and they hook you until you cannot let them go. You can't, because you know that they're a good person because they were this way. He was treating me like this. He was this way. And so since this is the case, I'm going to be chasing that. I'm going to be doing everything to get this person back, because then they make you feel like, what did I do to make him stop loving me like that? Nobody else has ever loved me like that. I want that old feeling back, right? So they make you chase that and chase that and chase that, so much so that you think you're crazy. By the time it's all over, you feel like you are bat crazy. You feel like you are bananas, like something is wrong with me because I know I'm not tripping. What? It's just, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. So when you're in it, you can't really see it. So I'm going to give you some things to help you deal with it if you're in it, and how to get away from it as a A1 number one bona fide witness. Okay. So you get through all this love phase, and it could be a couple of weeks. It could be a couple of months, depending upon how long it takes them to feel like they got you hooked. As soon as they feel like they got you hooked, guess what's going to happen? Baby, when I tell you they turn into Evel Knievel, it is a complete 180 from what they were before. They start to ignore you. They start to remove the gifts, remove the affection. They start to tear at your self-esteem. You getting kind of fat. Man, you really gonna wear that? I don't know if I should. They tear you down slowly but surely. Every time they tear you down though, here comes another special surprise. Here comes another dinner. Here comes something else to keep you thinking maybe you're crazy. Maybe you're crazy. So they'll treat you wrong and then come back in as the prince. Treat you wrong and then here come the gifts. Treat you wrong and then here come the phone calls. Oh, I can't live without you. You so whoop whoop whoop. And then usually this person is a very good sex partner. This person is very good at those activities, and you get so caught up in the of it that you can't let it go, because you like, ooh, this is too good. This is too good. I can't let it go, right? So they use physical abuse in the way that they are sometimes overly sexualized with their behavior. And then they use the emotional abuse to tear you down. But these people become literal monsters. When I say Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I mean, there's no other explanation or a better example that I can give you other than that. So yeah, they make you the blame for everything. Everything is your fault. They'll say, well, I wouldn't put you down so much if you just lost weight. I wouldn't be looking at other women if you were more attractive. If you gave me more trampoline, maybe I wouldn't have to cheat. And so they make you feel like it's your fault. So then you're like, oh my God. what is it? What is it? Then you're stuck again because you're trying to figure out what it is that's making him be this way to you, right? Keep in mind, they don't have any guilt. They don't have any guilt for doing this. So you could cry at the insults. You could cry and beg and beg and beg. Oh, please don't do me like this. Please, please. And he's going to do it even more because he knows that you are hooked. Okay. Then after he slowly starts digging into your self-esteem, guess what he's going to do next? He's going to make attempts to isolate you from the closest people you have in your life. Now, if you're Miss, I don't need anybody, I love being by myself, me and my cats and my dogs, then you haven't experienced this phase because you're already isolated. If you are, if you have a very close bond with your mom, he will start to say things about your mom that make you question her loyalty to you. He'll say things like, you know, I saw your mom looking at me the other day and I just felt uncomfortable. Or he'll say things like, your mom is really crazy. Did you see how she was acting? And you'll be like, what? What do you mean? Making up stories. And then you think, oh, she won't my man. You will disregard your mom because of the stuff that they've been feeding you, right? So then they will, if it's your best friend, he'll make you think your best friend wants him. Or he'll start to say things negative about your best friend so that you slowly start to isolate yourself from every single person in your life that you are close to. This way he can really get in your mind and he can really have you so far gone and there's nobody there to tell you otherwise. I'm telling you what I know because I've been there. Also, I did a little, research, but I had no idea. I had no idea that this was even a thing, and I had experienced this over and over and over and over with different men in my life because I didn't recognize the signs. I thought it was me. Maybe I am too emotional. That ain't what it is. That is not, I was not looking at that girl like that. I'm not cheating. You're just too emotional. If you have had anybody tell you you're too emotional, that person is most likely a narcissist. I'm telling you, I am a very passionate person, as you guys know. I'm very passionate. I feel a lot. I'm very empathetic and I'm very intuitive as well. So I know my intuition ain't wrong. So I'll be like, he looking at that girl and I know he like her. But then they'll do things to be like, you're wrong. So then you start to second guess yourself. I'm telling you. So then, let me see. So then, okay, so back to what they go to great lengths to get you back after they know they've done things to wrong you, right? And there's literally no limit to the things that they will do to get you back because if I do all of these things, I know she likes this because I did it in the beginning. So they'll do all these things, but then they will never leave you alone. People, we talked about this a couple days ago about the man who is always around but will never leave you alone. Y'all, excuse me, let me get my drink in my little cup. Been talking a lot in the last couple of days, so my mouth and everything is dry and all of that. But anyway, they will go to great lengths to keep this charade up and they'll never leave you alone. You'll be like, well, why won't he just leave me alone if he don't want me? Why won't he just stop if he don't want me? And it's because, I'm going to tell you something. A narcissist will not leave you alone until they have another victim. When they have another victim, then they will leave you alone. It's almost like they thrive off of the pain that they inflict on other people. They may not necessarily murder you, but they will murder your self-esteem. Let me tell you, they will murder the crap out of your self-esteem for real. So they get you hooked and stuff, and then they won't ever leave you alone. The only time they leave you alone is when they have another victim. Sorry, y'all. So that's how you know that they will, when they've moved on, when they get a new woman, then they're done with you. Then they discard you. So, what can you do? Enough about them. Enough about those jerks and bullies. What can you do? First of all, y'all, people ask me this all the time, and I will say, you can't be a narcissist with somebody that don't let you. I wish somebody would try to be a narcissist with me. That doesn't exist in my world. That doesn't exist in my world. You know why it doesn't exist in my world? Because I took my power back in a major way. In a major way. If you guys see my video, I'm going to pin that. It's one of my very, very first videos. And it's funny. It is funny. It's called, Is Revenge Really Necessary? I'm going to pin it. So you guys, if you're on the live, you won't miss it. I'll promise I will pin it after we get done here. But is revenge really necessary? Yeah, it was for me. That was a way for me to say, you know what? I'm sick of you. You do not have power over me. You will not continue to treat me this way because I'm a good person. I've been good to you. I was faithful when I could have cheated. Oh, I was faithful when I could have cheated. I let all my friends go. I, disowned my family. Everybody was telling me I was crazy. And I was like, no, you love me. All this for you? Oh, I got something for you. So, got my revenge, and I slowly started to climb out of that. So, what can you do? What can you do? Here are some steps that you can take if you are in a relationship with a narcissist. And if you are, if you're trying to heal, as everybody says, from being in a narcissistic relationship. Now, first thing is to create boundaries. You need to have strong, very strong, deep, strong, elevated, heightened, impenetrable boundaries. That means you're not calling me at 11:30, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to answer. That's how they test you. A new man will call you in the middle of the night just to see if you're going to answer. And some of y'all, hello? No, I wouldn't sleep. No, you're fine. It's good. They do that. They will do that in the beginning to test and see if you are with the bull crap. If you do stuff like that, then he's going to know, oh, she don't have no boundaries at all. She is waiting on my every call. She's waiting on me to give her that validation. This is why I tell y'all. See, sometimes y'all don't understand the method to the madness. But when I tell you I speak from experience, I'm telling you what I know because I've done it. I done been the one on a slip and slide trying to get to my phone to answer his call. I done been the one, falling asleep on the phone and at work, dumb and crazy, tired, sleepy, because I done been on the phone all night with this fool. We in love, girl, we on the phone. I ain't gonna let him come to my house, but I'm gonna be sitting up wrapped up in the phone with my legs cocked up in the bed like, hey. I have been there, so I'm telling you what I know. So create strong boundaries. Don't call me after a certain time. And you don't tell people your boundaries, people, ladies. You do not tell a man your boundaries. You don't say, don't call me after 9:30. I will not accept your phone call after 9:30. You will not disrespect me. You don't tell people your boundaries. You have them. And when they cross them, whatever you were giving them, you take it away. So if you don't like a man that curses in your presence, and you shouldn't, because we are ladies and we are princesses on the Michaela Pink channel. So we don't allow men to curse in our presence. We don't allow men to curse at us. We don't allow men to call us in the middle of the night. We do not allow men to come to our homes. We do not allow men to know where we stay. There's boundaries. There are clear-cut boundaries, unspoken, of course. So then number 2, criticism. Flip that thing. Now, keep in mind, you can never one-up a narcissist. If you are not a narcissist person yourself, you will never win. So this little piece of it is just for my own little pleasure. This one is free. You can, take it or leave it. Criticism. I have learned that a narcissist cannot handle criticism. If you criticize them back, they're like, oh, what do you mean? So then it's a way to kind of dig them a little bit. So if you, say, if he tries to say something about you, you could be like, ooh, are you balding a little bit? Let me see, come here. It looks like you may be balding. Or if you say something like, our trampoline experiences are okay. But I can remember this time back in let me think, about 2011. I was with a man in 2011 that would make you, he was much bigger. It was like, woo, mind blowing. Criticism. Dig at him a little bit. It may not help. They, of course, again, they don't feel guilt and they don't feel any empathy, but that'll hurt them. I'm telling you, that one is free. Don't worry, that one is free. Okay, number 3. They do it to you. I'm just saying. This is when you get the courage. This is when you start being tired. When you start being tired, then you can start doing little stuff like this. Because while you're in the love phase and trying to figure it out, you won't even have the mind enough to do it. But I'm just saying, when you get tired, you can start doing stuff like this. Okay, so then, again, recognize that they don't care. Recognize and know that they don't care, and it is not your fault. Good God, it's not your fault that these people don't care. They literally don't care. Know that there are people in the world who literally don't care. I had no idea. I'm telling y'all, I was a good and grown woman before I realized that there were literally people in the world that don't care. What? How is that possible? How can I be someone who cares as much as I do, and there are literally people who don't care about you or your feelings or anything at all? I had no idea, because you see the world from your perspective, so you assume that everybody cares. I assumed that people were loving and nice and friendly and, all of that. And, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Number 5, don't feed into the let me get my love. Let me get my microphone. Don't feed into the drama. Don't. If you are involved in a narcissistic relationship, do not feed into the drama. They're the person that throws the rock and hides their hand. I didn't do that. I didn't hit you with a rock. They will start the drama, start an argument, and then make you feel like you the one started it. And you be like, how is this my fault? You're just being over emotional right now. After they called you a bleep, the bleep, 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 a bleep, bleep, a fat bloop, the bloop, bloop, bloop. And that's why your mama do all of that. And then you be like, then when you're stark raving mad, they're like, you're so emotional. Why are you so emotional? And I'm like, that's why you, because you did the, yeah. So don't feed the drama. The drama literally will make you crazy and make you think you're crazy. Don't feed into it. This is hard, y'all. This is hard. Come on, y'all. We need some love. This one is hard for me because I don't like drama, but I also don't like people that mistreat me. Now you see why I'm a little touchy when people say things about me in the comments and I block them immediately, because you will not. When I say boundaries, I have to have strong boundaries, because I'm the one that'll be like, oh, let me start plotting. You about to be on the first 48. The first 48 is going to have a whole series on the crimes that I do to you, because that's me. So I know my limits. So let me not even feed into the drama and the mess. Let me just block you and be through with it. So now you understand why I have to block comments and people on my channel, because you will not. I've been through a lot. I have been through a lot. And you will not, especially by some bots on my phone. I'm not going to be triggered by people who really don't matter to me. Not going to go to jail for somebody who doesn't even matter. Basically, there you go. And this is a big one. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. If you feel like this person is trying to make you feel like you're crazy, you are. I say this so many times, y'all. I say this 100 different ways on 100 different days on my channel. Please trust your gut. If you feel like this person is giving you an offhanded compliment, they are. They are. If you feel like this person is ignoring you to try to lure you back in and to try to make you come back to them and chase them, they are. If you feel like this person is doing things to manipulate you, they are. Trust your gut. Whatever you feel in your gut, if you ever get that little tingling and you be like, what? Did they just, are they trying to? They are. They are 100%. Take it as 100% fact and then act accordingly. Next, step away. If you can't leave, I understand some of you ladies are not empowered by the Michaela Pink channel yet, but it is my goal. It is my number 100% goal to it is my 100% goal to empower as many women as I possibly can. It is my goal to empower as many women as I can. And I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to be quiet until I do. So, let me get my gangster back. Okay. I know some of you can't leave, and I know some of you don't feel empowered enough to leave. But I'm telling you, this is the only way that you can combat narcissism, is to leave. If it's only for a little while, if you can just step away for a little while so that you can check what reality really is, then do that. Sometimes if you step away, even if it's to go to the mall and sit down by yourself. Thank you guys. Thank you for that. Thank you. I didn't really share this because I wanted you guys to donate. I'm sharing this because this means a lot to me, because I've been there. So if you can step away for a little while, when you have a heated argument and you lose your cool, which you will, because they'll make you. So when you step away for a while, sit down by yourself, get alone by yourself, and really, really think. Really think. Don't block the trolls. Don't block the trolls. Let them stay. Really think about reality. You have to really say, is this really happening to me right now? Look at, if you have to get a notebook, write the facts down. Write the facts down. I just told y'all, don't block the trolls, and here y'all go. Don't block the trolls, y'all. Anyway, so Young Fox, thank you for that. But if you have to take a notebook with you and write down the actual facts of the interaction that you have with this person, exactly what happened, not how you feel about it, write down what happened, evaluate it, and then say, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. Then do that. If you can leave, leave. If you can leave, leave. If you can leave, leave. I don't know how much I can stress this. If you can leave, then please do leave. If you need to leave only for a minute, then leave, step away, figure out what's going on, write down the facts of what you're looking at, and then act accordingly. But the only way to combat a narcissist is to step away. And know this. Let me tell you, somebody, what if you can't? You can. You 100% can. And I know you can because there is no, you came here by yourself, baby. I don't care if you are an identical twin. If your identical twin is a narcissist, you can leave them alone. You do not have to be with anybody you don't want to be with. You don't have to be in relationship with anybody that you don't want to be with. And you don't have to stay anywhere. I'm closing my eyes because I'm about to cry and I don't want to cry. You don't have to stay anywhere. You can leave. You can move to a different country. If you can't, you don't have to tell anybody you're leaving. You don't have to tell anybody where you're going, but you can certainly leave. You can certainly leave. But if you feel like you're with a narcissist and these things are going on, you will have to step away. You have to step away in order for you to get your wits about yourself, to figure out if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, and then to plot and figure out how you're going to get out. Join your group. We're not joining groups, miss. Oh, ma'am. Thank you, moderators. So yeah, it is hard. It is very hard to get away from, but you most certainly can. You definitely can. And thank you. Thank you, Miss Moon. It is hard. It is hard. It's one of the hardest things that I've had to do because I did it by myself. I didn't have knowledge of this stuff. I was going to work and trying to support, my baby and stuff like that at a time. And then another time I didn't know what narcissism was, or if it was a disorder. I thought it was me. I thought it was, oh, I'm so emotional, because people have always told me, oh, you're just too emotional. Oh, you're just too this and you're too that. And so I thought it was me. And so since I didn't really even think that it could be somebody else. And not saying that we're victims, because as you guys know, I don't put up with that victim crap. You're not a victim. You are not. It's real easy to go from being a victim to a victor. And you can do it, but you just have to know that you're worthy enough to do it, and that you have to take responsibility for your life, ladies. You have to. If you don't take responsibility of your life and believe and know that you are worthy of better, that you can have better, then you never will have better. And it's hurtful to say that because we all deserve the best. We all deserve the best, but some people don't want the best. And when you want the best, you will have the best. When you decide that it's what you deserve and what your children deserve, then you'll have better. And then you'll do better. So, links to all my information is below, but all the links are broken at this time. So if you want a boot camp or a consultation or anything like that, DM me on any of my social media platforms at I am Michaela Pink. There's a Facebook group that you can join for free, or you can join the paid Facebook group. Be on the lookout for Pretty Privileged Cosmetics coming very, very soon. 1 week in the books, a couple of more weeks. to wait, but I am coming out with Pretty Privileged Cosmetics. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you to everybody that donated. Take my story and use it. Take my story and use it to your advantage. You don't have to endure that. You don't. Allow somebody who's already been there to tell the story and survived and create a beautiful life. Create a beautiful life for herself. Allow me to help you. Take my story and use it as fuel for you to do better. I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think.